Temi Otedola and Mr. Eazi getting married. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm single as fuck. That's 1. 2, it's on purpose and I'm not interested in anybody. Please don't come into my DMs like But recently I have been, revisiting my romantic side, my interest in love, and that little girl in me that is so hopeful about love and romance and companionship and whatever. And I've been watching a lot of TikToks of Tom Holland and Zendaya, right? I know they're getting married, like congratulations to them. But then when I saw that Mr. Eazi and Temi had gotten married, I was like, yeah, these two I actually like them. The lavishness of that wedding, I was reading this Vogue article that basically documents how the marriage went, the wedding went, and I was like, wow, this woman was born by a billionaire and she got married to a billionaire in the make. I'm jealous. Baby, I'm jealous. Because why the fuck not? Like, why didn't I get this lucky? Why was I not born by a billionaire? Why am I not marrying a billionaire? Like, you have all these people marrying billionaires. Look at Travis Kelce marrying Taylor Swift, billionaire. Where is my billionaire? That's my question. Because why not? Huh? I'm not that bad. And so there's this article. I actually want to read it and talk about it because I was fascinated. I was gagged, honestly. These people their wedding was over a course of 4 months. Some of you guys will make a big deal about your wedding and then within 2 days it's over. These people got married and had a 4-month wedding over multiple countries. So the Vogue article, right? It's titled Inside Temi Otedola and Mr. Eazi's High Fashion Multi-Country Wedding. Multi-country. It means they got married in different countries. Hey, Irade. To paraphrase Usher, Oluwatosin, Mr. Eazi, Ajibade, and Temi Otedola found love in the club. Found love in this club. In this club. It was a cold London night in January 2017 when the Afrobeats musician and actor arrived at the Tate Club to watch Temi's sister, Florence, perform behind the DJ booth. DJ Cuppy. That's the Florence they're talking about. It's so weird for her to be called Florence. 5 years later, Oluwatosin proposed to Temi in Venice on the set of his music video for Legalize. The proposal, no crying, was in a different country. Hey! In 2025, the high-profile Nigerian couple held 3 different weddings across 3 countries with the help of Califano Productions. Their wedding was a whole production. Okay, and I saw it, she posted a YouTube video, their court wedding. And this is a proper wedding, they're actually getting married. I don't know what it is. Of course they are getting married, but there's something about seeing the court wedding that makes it feel a lot more real. You guys are actually signing papers. It's not just white gown, suit and tie. You're actually signing papers. This is serious, baby. So they had 3 different weddings, right? The first one, it was on May 9th. In Monaco. May 9 is Eazi's late mother's birthday. Aww, rest in peace. And the Otedola family has a home in Europe, in European Principality. Of course they do. Temi wore a custom suit designed by, I don't know how to pronounce this name, and so I'm not going to try to, but I think I'll spell it, Wiederhoeft, and jewelry by Brioni Raymond for their official ceremony at Marie de Monaco in Monte Carlo. Eazi, meanwhile, went with Louis Vuitton. So, even the court wedding, no crown, it was designer clothes, right? She wore a custom suit designed by the name that I spelled, and he wore Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. We've been engaged for 3 years and together for 8. Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember, the engagement was long ago. I remember it was a beautiful engagement. It was so simple. One thing that I love about their relationship is that they really could rub it in our faces. And I don't want to say that they do, they don't. I feel like I've seen so many high profile celebrity relationships and like rich people relationships where it's like they just want to flex that they are two rich people in love. But these two seem like such simple people that just fell in love with each other. Now, that's not to say that they're not rich. They're filthy rich. I mean, Mr. Eazi, wow, I have a lot of respect for him because that man is a hustler. Right? And she comes from old money. And so there's money there, but there's really nothing about their relationship that gave. We're two privileged people that are in love. I just see two very simple people that are in love. But their wedding screams lavish. It screams money. Do you understand? Like, wow. Anyways, I remember them being engaged for so long because like it makes sense that it was 3 years ago because I remember like maybe somewhere last year I just randomly remembered that these two were engaged and I was like, when are they getting married? I low-key don't understand people getting engaged if they're not getting married in like the next 6 months. Like some people will be engaged for like 5 years and I'm like, babe, why? Why have you been engaged for so long? I don't think engagements should last like more than a year, honestly. Nah, I understand like their logistics, stuff like that. But you propose when you have all that figured out, I think, right? I think that when you propose to someone, you should be getting ready to get married like the next month or so. It really shouldn't be that long. Anyways, we've been engaged for 3 years and together for 8. I respect that so much. 8 years? Baby, people get married and divorced 3 times in 8 years. I've seen that. I've seen that with my own 2 eyes. And so I respect it. And it's not, staying together. It's really like being happy together. And you can tell that these two love each other and they're really happy with each other. And like, I love it. And that's why I love Tom and Zendaya. They seem like two people that really, really love each other and just want to take care of each other. And honestly, if you want to be my Tom Holland, you know what? You can DM me. You can DM me, okay? Because at this point, what is there to lose? What is there to lose? We've been engaged for... Please make sure that you're rich. We've been engaged for 3 years and together for 8, so we had this weirdly calm energy all day. It just made sense, just the two of us in Monaco, a place we partly call home, and no distractions, no fanfare. Aww. You call this country a home, partly. Because you have many other homes around the world. Oh God. Temi says of their low-key legal wedding. It was low-key, but those shoes that she wore, baby, those were not low-key. I love those shoes. After the paperwork was signed, Temi changed into a Christopher John Rogers black and white polka dot dress for champagne at Villa La Vigie or Vigie, Karl Lagerfeld's home in all of these names, oh my God. Karl Lagerfeld's home in Roquebrune, Cap Martin. And I don't know why I had to read all that just to pronounce the name of a place. 2 months later, the couple held a Yoruba wedding. Also, Yoruba it's pronounced Yoruba, not Yoruba. Yoruba wedding at the Otedola family home in Dubai. Are you kidding me? That's why she says she calls Monaco home partly. Because they have another home in Dubai. Of course they have another home in Dubai. Temi, a fashion collector, had an accessory bridal trousseau of 4 outfits respectively made by Zach Posen, Miss Sohi, Lisa, Folawiyo, and Oscar de la Renta? Are you kidding me? I don't know. I know Oscar de la Renta at least, okay? Because I know that that's a celebrity designer, okay? That's a high-class designer. And you're telling me that... So, let me see. So, she wore 4 different clothes that day. Yeah? And each clothes was designed by a different fashion designer. Hey! I wanted to have some of my favorite designers and visionaries. So, she selected them. Money talks. Ha! Wealth whispers. Oh my goodness. I wanted to have some of my favorite designers and visionaries create traditional Nigerian attire, and I was blown away by their interpretations. Hey, pressure, oh, pressure. Also, interpretations, Charlie. Does Mr. Eazi have a brother? Oh my god. Carrie Goldberg of CLG Creative and Momo Hassan Odukale assisted as bridal stylists. Trust or fashion designer and also bridal stylists. Eazi, who worked with stylist Jason Rembert, came out to the beat of drummers in a Lisa Folawiyo studio custom look and a cane by Tom Talman studio. Just a cane, no cry. The designer of the cane is different from the designer of the clothes, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, of course, even the cane had to get a designer. Temi soon followed in a custom Zach Posen dress and gillet as the Mr. Eazi song Skin Tight. Oh, they played Skin Tight. Hey, I can see you already like Skin Tight. When I get there by your side, then time so that no one gets sick. Oh my god, why didn't they invite me to this wedding? I could have been an usher, okay? They could have invited me there as an usher. Anyways, Posen tells Vogue that he envisioned something that felt almost like Nefertiti. How do you pronounce that word? Nefertiti, creating a duchess satin dress that followed the contours of her body as well as the complementing gillet. In the back was a statement bow that the designer made to resemble dove wings. Aww. It had kind of an old world quality mixed with the futurism and modernism. He says of the design, yeah. The bride says that their ceremony was really emotional. I think we both were in the headspace of it being a day to celebrate our families and culture, but the realization of how profound it was set in as soon as we both walked out. In Nigerian traditional ceremonies, you sit and dress according to the family you're representing, but on both sides, everyone was immediately teary-eyed. Sitting with my parents for what is symbolically the last time before they send me to my new family particularly hit home for me. When Temi called Eazi my Oko, Oko Temi. Oko means husband, by the way. The groom admits he almost shed a tear. Afterward, they held a reception in Temi's family backyard. Inside a grand draped tent, over 2,000 lanterns, dozens of chandeliers, as well as tropical greenery hung from the ceiling. Baby, I didn't process any of that. No, I didn't process any of these things that I read, because what the fuck do you mean by 2,000 lanterns? Guests lounged in restaurant-style booths, okay, upholstered in colorful Ankara fabric while dining on traditional Nigerian dishes like pounded yam, snail, and egusi. I hate snail. My mom loves snail meat. I hate it. Because why are you so slimy? My whole vision was to create a tent setting that transported you to Lagos for the night. Yeah, that's true. Or my very own Nigerian members club, says Temi. Temi changed into an ornate blue and red Ashoke ensemble by Miss Sohi, and Eazi marched her in an agbada by Jane by Baba Jane. During dessert, which included an Arabic coffee pour, while their first two weddings outfits honored the couple's Yoruba heritage, their third were a nod to the Igbo roots of Eazi's late mother. Them mentioning his late mother is gonna make me a little emotional. Lisa Folawiyo designed a top and skirt in traditional Akwa Ocha fabric for the bride, adding hand-beaded fringe as a statement accent. Eazi, meanwhile, wore a coordinated outfit from Mazel. Together, they danced as famous Nigerian musicians King Sunny. They brought Sunny Ade there. King Sunny Ade and DJ Yude performed. We didn't sit down once. I know, right? Me grandka, I wouldn't sit. And then an after party was held in the Otedola family home's basement. Wow. Which was turned into a shisha lounge. Guests were served ginger shots from Republic Bar. Guests were served ginger shots from Republic Bar, the couple's favorite nightlife spot in Accra, Ghana. Oh, of course, Mr. Eazi is gonna include Ghana somewhere there. I mean, Mr. Eazi loves Ghana. He's half Ghanaian, okay? Among the festive commotion, the couple managed to do their third and final outfit swap. Temi into a gold chain Oscar de la Renta dress, and Eazi into a sparkling Ture designs. Custom jacket put over a Saint Laurent, all of these big designers. Custom jacket put over a Saint Laurent tank and pants. All throughout, we honored our rich culture but made sure everything felt like us, Temi says of their second wedding. After their third wedding. Oh my god, we're not even done. This is going to be a whole episode on its own. In August, it was time for the grand finale. A white wedding in Iceland, which Temi describes as our favorite place on earth. Hey, Charlie, Iceland. That place with the black beach. It began with a rehearsal dinner at the Harper Opera House in Reykjavik, for which the bride wore a Valentino dress and cape. The next day, Temi walked down the aisle in an Audrey Hepburn-inspired Fendi haute couture gown at the Hallgrímskirkja church as an organist played Wagner's bridal chorus. Eazi waited for her in head-to-toe Saint Laurent or Saint Laurent. Everything needed to feel very darkly romantic and natural. Temi says of their aesthetic for their Arctic summer nuptials. The pastor from their church in London, Holy Trinity Brompton, officiated the ceremony. So they flew in their pastor to come to their favorite country where they were holding their third wedding. Afterward, they drove out to Clive Farm in... I cannot pronounce these Icelandic words. I'm so sorry. They went to a certain farm in Iceland. Temi arrived at their ice-themed cocktail hour in a lace house of Gill's gown and cape, whereas Eazi wore Alexander McQueen. Hey! Her father, Nigerian businessman Temi Otedola, walked her down the aisle. Aww. After speeches from family and friends, it was time for dinner inside a glass tent nestled among the Icelandic fields. For the reception, my inspiration was to bring the nature of Iceland inside, using fog, moss, volcanic stone, and waterfall elements. Hey, sister. The bride says of their high design reception. That's why it took them 3 years to do this wedding, because if I was planning all of this, it would take me 3 years too. Because wow. Despite the dramatic setting, the couple wanted the evening to feel relaxed. Wine was self-serve. Okay, you serve your own wine, like buffet wine. And dinner was laid out family style from Otto, their favorite restaurant in Reykjavik. Eazi was very insistent that this feel like a feast, so there was no ordering or courses. We just had our favorite dishes, including Hokkaido bread, beetroot gyoza, agnolotti, and creamy polenta. Rolling out. I feel like I didn't pronounce these words well. Says Temi. The groom also had a surprise for the bride. Secretly, he booked John Legend to perform. Hey, Mr. Eazi. Hey. I mean, okay. Wow. So John Legend came to perform at the wedding. Interesting. After the musician took his final bow, the couple and their guests headed back to the Edition for a party in their underground nightclub, where the bride changed into a party-ready mini by Ludovic Saint Cernin and matching LaRude boots. The groom, meanwhile, put on a full look by Louis Vuitton. Both were custom jackets embroidered with "Love is Easy." On their final day of their final wedding, oh my goodness. The final wedding had multiple days as well. They traveled by boat to the Hamsvik hot spring where they held an Arctic beach party. I'm telling you, like, these words are so hard to pronounce. I'm out of breath just trying to pronounce these words. Guests soaked in geothermal pools or braved a cold plunge in the fjord while DJ Michael Brun played. Then there was the food, We had our favorite Icelandic food hall market vendors set up their stalls varying from burrata, pistachio pizza to the best butcher chicken in Europe, to the iconic Bajarian's Bedzu Pilser hot dog that has been an Icelandic must-do since 1937. Baby, you did your research. This is Mr. Eazi talking. Oh my goodness. The party stretched on until midnight when the sun finally and briefly set, allowing the northern lights to flash. You're telling me that the northern lights flashed across the sky on their wedding day? Really? Like, this is a dream wedding. This is like, I don't even think it can be replicated in movies. Like, what the fuck? Eazi and I have always been unconventional, says Temi of their multi-wedding summer. All throughout, we honored our rich culture but made sure everything felt like us. I always imagined a courthouse wedding that felt like a secret elephant, and this day was just it. And they signed a marriage certificate. They signed a marriage certificate. Why do I keep saying certificate? They signed a wedding certificate. Like, it's old money, but it's giving, you know, they're really giving bourgeoisie, and that's I mean what they are, and I'm not trying to get too political with it, but so this was like a very beautiful wedding, and I'm jealous. But it's been so nice ever since I found out that the two of them were in a relationship. I actually didn't know her before she was with Mr. Eazi. Like, obviously, as someone, first of all, as a Ghanaian who has been listening to Ghanaian music forever, Mr. Eazi is one of my favorite musicians from the 2010s. When I saw his girlfriend, I was like, this woman is gorgeous. Now let me find out that this woman is actually the daughter of a whole Nigerian billionaire. And you know, Nigerian billionaires don't play. Like, that money is money. Those kind of like Dangote kind of circle kind of money. It's money. But yeah, it's beautiful. I wish them a great marriage and children and whatever it is that they want to do and all of that, and may God give us money too. Amen.